Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. So I wanted to do another Jaehoon PVZ, and I thought this one would be kind of interesting. So we have, Jaehoon down here in the bottom right, and up here in the top right, we have good buddy of mine, StRyKeR. StRyKeR is one of the very strongest Zergs outside of Korea. He's definitely the best Zerg vs. Terran player. I don't know exactly where his Zerg vs. Protoss ranks within the foreigner scene, but definitely very strong, very high up there. And yeah, quite a good player. So I thought that would be kind of fun to see how he can fare against Jaehoon. I'm obviously not really expecting much of a victory here. I mean, I can hope, but yeah, we'll see how that goes down. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you do enjoy the deep dives into players, and I hope you don't mind when occasionally we have like a strong Chinese player or an unknown Korean barcode or a strong, player outside of Korea playing. I like to showcase them and kind of show their level from time to time. You know, sometimes we'll get a game that's just a complete flub, like the SPX game we had against Jaehoon, but, I think StRyKeR can do well. Super, super strong player. So, well, as far as, outside of Korea goes. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Please make sure you leave a comment and like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. Now, he's going to see this probe incoming, and he's going to get back and make that hatchery right away. So it does get up there before Jaehoon is able to block. It is a forge opener, and of course, with the pool first, you can see how he has the two probes out. He was looking for like, oh, if it's hatch first, maybe I can get away with a cannon rush. That's just something you set up. You have to scout quickly anyways, just to make sure that if you need your cannons like before your nexus or after your nexus. And you can see here he makes it after because he got good scouting intel and he knows that he's going to be fine. So continuing to scout around a little bit with the probe. Yeah, not likely to see too much action for a little bit here. I am interested to see if StRyKeR tries to cheese at all. He's going to make his third hatchery here, so it is in close proximity. Might not be a bad time for a 3-hatch Hydra type play. Although StRyKeR just generally is a more macro-oriented player, whereas some of the other strong foreigners are, they play generally a little bit more aggressively. It's funny too. I'm trying to be careful with my language here because like StRyKER's a Korean American, for instance, right? Like a lot of the top players in North America are like Korean lineage, descent, whatever you want to call it. But obviously live outside and are part of the scene. So it's kind of funny. It's like I can't technically say non-Korean, right? So I'm trying to be careful with that to not lie while I cast this. Anyways, yeah. So taking a look, it's just a layer. The probe has been kept alive very, very well. No 3-hatch Hydra. Like, if you can't kill the probe, you can't really 3-hatch Hydra. Sometimes we do see people do that, like True or Zealot or something. Like, sometimes people throw down that Hydra's Den and be like, screw it, you see it, fine. Still a good build. And they're technically right, but I think to try to maximize your chances to win or at least play a good, strong game, you don't want to do that as StRyKeR here. And I'm honestly not sure exactly how often he does that build. I know everything about his Zerg vs. Terran because I actually play against him all the time, but not so much of this match. I only see this occasionally from him. So looking at Jaehoon, he put out an excellent game against Effort. So yeah, I'm kind of like thinking it might be, it could end up being like a stomp, but I don't know. We'll see if he does like the same type of thing. Does he have like a stock standard way that he wants to play it when he sees layer, that type of thing. Now the first zealot comes in. The drones just get pulled very quickly there by StRyKeR, and he's got enough zealots that he can stop the zealot from coming in, but does he try to clear it right away? Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and clear it, but it's going to cost him like 3 lings. Oh, nice pullback. All right, well, 2 lings and almost another ling. But another zealot coming out, so, you know, obviously the damage on those lings is going to be a little bit painful. He is making a couple more zerglings, but mostly drones down here. So this is going to be annoying for sure. Yeah, going to pull it back. Ooh, actually a little bit of a misclick there, maybe. All right, gets it into a much better position. Wow. Almost. Good micro there from StRyKeR. All right, so we have the 4th hatch coming up. And, yeah, Spire as well. So pretty standard stuff. Probably just going to be some Scourge to chase away the Corsair. Corsair, of course, coming up to scout right now. +1 air attack as well as +1 ground attack on the way here for Jaehoon. And he sees, okay, there's the Spire timing. Got to be very careful. Make sure that the Scourge can't catch him. Hatchery, Hydralis Den. We should see the Evo as well. Yeah, there's the Evo. Oh, nice little wall there as well. The one thing I'm a little bit nervous about here is the proximity of this base to Jaehoon and how quickly he's going to be able to run his speed zealots there. You know, that could be a point of contention, but we might see some really good SimCity. Like, already this is pretty good SimCity. Going to be able to, you know, maybe put a sunken up here, I'm guessing, and kind of block it a little bit. We'll see exactly how he wants to set that up. Everyone has their own building layouts that they would prefer. And honestly, I wouldn't even say that there's a perfectly agreed upon building layout set. Like, everyone does lay out their buildings slightly differently. It's like, as long as you know how to utilize your buildings correctly in defense, there's definitely ways that can be worse or can be better, but there's like a wide range that you can put them in where they're going to be very effective as long as you're kind of used to microing in that area and using the various tactics that arise with that type of building layout. It's kind of important to get that down pat. You don't want to be thinking about it while you're controlling in an area like that. Like, oh, that was interesting. Oh, okay. You know what? Was that a supply block? No. Oh, maybe? I don't know what that was. Maybe he just decided he didn't need it. He thought these might come up a little bit quicker, but now the mutas are popping out. That's kind of my best guess there. Okay, so mutas flying across. I didn't think he was going to go for mutas here, but he is. Speed Zealot's getting into this 3rd base, and the muta's actually going to fly home to help deal with this. Now, I actually don't know exactly how many mutas he has. I see 4 here, but generally you want 5. Is he going to make a 5th one? Let me just jump around a little bit and check if anything went wrong and it's in like the wrong place. Ah, and there's the 5th. Okay, okay. Maybe that was just a mistake. Maybe it was just like missing, you know, 8 casts or something when that occurred. But, you know, you want 5 mutas so you can one-shot probes. And there are mind games you can do. Like, we've seen people make like 1 or 2 mutas to try to make you think they're going 5 mutas and then just put that gas somewhere else. It's kind of a weird play. Generally, just 5 is the right number. Or more than 5, obviously, if you're going to actually go mutas. Okay, anyways. We have the Corsairs just sitting on top of the cannon. They do have that +1, so he's got to be very careful about that. DT got cleared out pretty quickly. Actually, StRyKeR with a really good drone count. 48 drones, or 47 drones right now. Really, really good drone count. Not quite as high as what we saw from Effort, but definitely a very different looking game since he did open with the Mutalisks as well. Corsairs come up and clear those Scourge really quickly. Ugh, this isn't going to be good. If he had a couple Scourge out here, this could actually turn into a move that was really good for him, and that's why... You see how Jaehoon turns around? That's good play. That's good play. You know, this is the type of thing I'm talking about where, like, you might get someone who actually chases the Corsairs down and kills 2-3 mutas, and you'd be like, wow, he's really good. He did that well, and it worked well, so it was a good move. No. Because what if StRyKeR has Scourge waiting here and the chasing Corsairs get smashed and then he turns around to mutas? It's like, it's more dangerous to chase than to just say, okay, we repelled that and go home. And obviously there's room for both types of play, but that's what I'm talking about, where like a move like that, you're like, yeah, I don't want to lose suddenly because he has mass muta and I lost 3 Corsairs trying to get 2 kills. Okay. Right now, Jaehoon coming out with quite a few Zealots and Dragoons. He actually didn't bring his High Templar, which I find interesting. What is this weird roaming attack? I'm not... Like, notice how he's... he's just like running around. He ran up here and then he ran here. It's like he's scouting with it. It's big enough that you can't, like, if you're going to fight it, you have to really use your army. But don't forget, like, Protoss units are fast. He can kind of turn around. What's not fast is the High Templars. So if you bring those out and they come out to engage, you have to fight. Right? Those engagements are a lot tougher for Protoss to decide on. Because if you screw up, you're gonna be dead. Okay, so he is bringing his High Templars now. This is a pretty nice looking army. He has just +1. He's about to have +1 armor as well. Lurkers are on the way. Drone's trying to be transferred right now. Jaehoon just going to come up here and, okay, throws a storm down. Now, oh my god, that storm is really good right there. And he is going to pop some of the lurkers here, but you have to do it with storms because he doesn't have an observer. So that is a little bit of a problem. He's hitting this 4th base of StRyKeR, which does have drones at it. StRyKeR going to try to push out. Very good size storms. Nice microing back as well. The Overlord's trying to screw up the AI a little bit, but Jaehoon pulls back just perfectly. Looks like he is going to be able to kill off these Zealots. But the rest of the army coming. StRyKeR has to dive in here and try to save this 4th base. The supply is getting pretty low, though. Picking off quite a few of the Dragoons. Unfortunately, this hatchery is going to go down. No way to save it at this point. Damn. All right, the Corsairs are coming up as well now. I think the game's pretty over. I think StRyKeR's probably collecting himself, looking at the position and trying to figure out if he can do anything. Because sometimes you get in a position like this, you're like, okay, wait, what if I kill this? Maybe I can counterattack, kill the 3rd, 3 base versus 2 base a bit longer, start to come back, right? Like, you got to kind of look at it and think of what you can do. But yeah, as he tries to do these things, Jaehoon, for instance, is able to kill that army off, and so he will GG. So a little bit one-sided there, but definitely very solid play from Jaehoon. My favorite part of this game, which I thought was actually really original, really interesting, was that little roaming army. When did he do that? Right around there, I think? Yeah. So look, this is exactly 12 units, so it's really easy to control. And, like, you don't want it, for instance, to be only Dragoons or only Zealots, because it actually isn't very scary. The mixture is much stronger, but he doesn't attack with it. This is very cool. Like, I can't think of seeing this from anyone else. Look at the way, like, he's like, okay, you do have a 4th. Then he pokes in here, he's like, what are you making? Okay, Hydras. And we back up. And the Mutas can't just come in because there's Dragoons there, and the Hydras just can't come in because there's Zealots there. And then he checks what's going on and then brings up his High Templars. That was very, very cool. Why don't we see more players do that? I actually do have some chills right now. I'm thinking about this because I was thinking about, actually, if I could just speak for a moment, because it was kind of a fast game. I've actually been thinking about things like that quite a bit for Terran versus Protoss, where, like, because the High Templars are like your siege tanks, where they can't retreat, right? So, like, if you go out with siege tanks and you decide wrong, you're probably going to lose the game. You go out with your High Templars, you decide wrong, well, you have to fight, and you might lose the game because you, like, end up losing all your High Templars. You know, we see plenty of games that look like that. So, like, you know, a good tactic with Terran is actually you run around with vultures a little bit. You kind of poke in, you're like, okay, is this base? Okay, this base. Okay, there's where his army is. Maybe we lay a couple mines. Okay, run around here. Okay, yeah, this is what the defense looks like there. Okay, and you kind of get all that info with your fast units that can run away, and then you can come out and attack, right? That's like a very good way to play it. And he basically did that with Zealot Dragoon. I think that was very cool. I'm going to keep my eye out on PVZs to see if anyone else tries this type of thing. I really, really enjoyed that. Okay, I think that's a good move. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.